live on 3 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter.
Bet, bet. Yeah, this is pretty good, man. I'm glad to see you moving in this direction and building this. This is good.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, just a little intro, y'all. We are live, and we got a special guest in the building today, Mr. Glass. So we're gonna wait for a little while, let people get in here, and I need to share this with some few of the people. So as you hear the music playing in the background, we're gonna get this thing set up and get ready to go. And as I was telling Mr. Glass, we're on 3 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter, and we'll be on TikTok as well. So huge things happening. So
Yes, sir.
we'll be back
Thanks.
here in just about 60. Did you want to say something?
No, thanks for having me, brother. Thanks for having me.
All right, so y'all give us like excuse me. Give us like 60 seconds and we're gonna get started.
Can you hear me clear enough?
I can.
Okay.
Sounds really good. We're getting started here in about 30 seconds, y'all. All right. Thank y'all for tapping in. My name is Johnnie, and this is Live with Johnnie. And today we got a special guest in the building, Mr. Glass. How you doing today?
Man, blessed, brother. Thanks for having me, brother Johnny. Thank you for having me, man.
That's what's up. You've been doing big things out there. I've been watching you and following you, so you've been doing big things out there.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Well, my name is Jorell Glass, affectionately known as Mr. Glass. I wasn't born here in Peoria, but since
I can tell that.
Yeah, I moved differently, man, and I like Peoria. I really believe in Peoria. I like it. I've been here going on about maybe 7 years now, and just making the most of my stay. I'd say that.
Yeah, that's what's up. I was watching one of your I guess it was TikTok or small short videos. You get a lot of views in your short videos. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But I was watching one of your short videos, and you're talking about how you moved through different cities. You have a certain standard of class that you bring to each city, and it allows you to kind of navigate through each city and things like that.
Indeed.
So, tell us about your travels throughout your life and where you landed.
Being born in Kankakee, Illinois, and then moving to Mississippi eventually I found myself taking barbering seriously. So I've tried everything, man. I went to the military, had some schooling, worked in the oil field, but wherever I would go, I always ended up cutting hair. So eventually in Mississippi, I went and got my barber license, and that's where I was supposed to be. I went in, got my license, and as soon as I got out of school, I worked in the shop for a little while, but I started opening barber shops, and the brand was Prestige. So it was the first African-American owned barbershop in the mall I was in Mississippi.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had brothers in there with shirts and ties on in Mississippi. Yeah, we did that.
I've never been to a barbershop. I've been to a lot of barbershops. My brother, he's a barber.
Okay. Yeah. Good
I've
dude.
been to a lot of barbershops, but I've been to enough. And I've never seen people wearing ties, you said, cutting hair.
Yes. Yeah. And it was there's a stigma that comes along with sometimes with African-American barbershops. And so I went above and beyond that to prove anyone who may have been thinking like, there goes the neighborhood when this shop come in this mall. I went above and beyond. So it worked. It worked for about 5 years. 5 years it worked.
So you actually brought something to the neighborhood, like a higher class to the neighborhood. Because like when people get their hair cut, like a guy get their hair cut, it makes them feel good. Now you can go get a job, or now you can go on a date or something like that.
That's real.
So getting your hair cut, it makes a person feel good, better about themselves.
That's real. That's real.
Go ahead. I said, do you feel like you provide that?
Definitely. It's most men, when it comes down to rest and that special place, it's rare that we have a place where we can kind of relax and just exhale from all the things that we've been going through. And we create a safe place, a professional place for people, and it has worked.
Yeah.
In different states. It's a proven business model.
Yeah, because like at a barbershop, you get to talking about history and events and things of the day and stuff like that. Something happening in the neighborhood. The barbershop gonna be the first person that got the news. This before Facebook came out, because now Facebook be on it. You know what I'm saying? But before then, it was the barbershop where you got your news and what happened and who did what to who, and you know what I'm saying? It all came from like the barbershop. So we kind of chilled and talked about issues and things like that.
Indeed. And we're restoring that community facet to the barbershop. I think, like you said, barbershops are powerful, man. It's wherever you can, meet and exchange information. That's something that we have, I believe, that I try to protect in a way. I try to harness it the best I can.
Yeah, that's what's up. And then not only that, you have, is it a barber college?
We do. We have one of Peoria's only, well, really, I want to say Peoria's only exclusive barber school. I think it's another school, I think, that does cosmetology, and I think they have a barber program as well. But we are exclusively a barber school, so we are licensed. We've gone through all of the steps to be a legit barber school here in the state of Illinois, and it's working.
Yeah, there's always been like a stigma on like barber college. Is it? Can I call it a barber college?
Barber college or institute, barber institute, it's interchangeable.
Okay, it's always been like a stigma, like it's expensive. Like if I was wanting to go to a barber college, like what type of things do I need to do in order to go through the barber college? Right, to like get 2 jobs, hustle on side.
It is an expense, but the way we approach it, For instance, the average barber school or barber college tuition right now, you're looking at 15,000 average.
Wow.
15,000 and up.
Yeah.
Our tuition is about half of that.
Okay.
So we have half of that, and really until we become accredited, meaning being able to accept financial aid, then we take it up, because we know that we have, the people can get financial aid grants and things like that. But for now, it's very reasonable. We have different payment arrangements and stuff like that.
Okay, you can't break it down.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm about to say I have to wait till my taxes get back to.
But it's how can I, like, for instance, if someone want to go to law school, right? Mm-hmm. It's a necessary. We understand what it takes to become an attorney, or we understand what it takes to become a doctor.
Right.
It's the same dynamic when it comes down to those 1,500 hours. It's going to be costly up front, but
yeah,
$7,000 you can make that back in 6 months if you get out here and get it. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about it. The money is going to be there, and it is a profession. I know barbers who, my brother, for example, he buy whatever he want to buy.
That's right.
Hair, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, like when I was getting my hair cut, way back in the day, I was kind of cutting myself. But when I did my hair cut back in the days, like it was like $10, $15, $20. It's a little bit more now, isn't it?
Oh yeah. And it just depends, because we have the school, but I have my own shop downtown, which is the Shave Room. And a regular service, we're talking about razor shave with a haircut, that's an average of $75 for the service. So it's a niche type of market that I'm tailoring to. I want that person who loves to have the steam towel on their face with traditional straight razor shave, and even our product development that we're making. So all of that is, that's going toward the brand, building the brand.
Wow. So let's talk about this shave room. I've seen pictures, and I need to get down there and get my. I got a beard oil line I'm gonna bring out, and I need my beard like tight. I do my. You know what I'm saying? So I need to get down there. But tell us a little bit about the shave room.
Well, the shave room, it was conceived. Basically, I had Prestige for a number of years, and I started Prestige in Mississippi, and I was thinking I always wanted to franchise. I wanted to have a model that was scalable. But when I looked at trademarks and stuff like that, Prestige was already taken. So I started thinking, I'm like, okay, I need to rebrand this thing so that I can trademark the name and it'll be my property. Mm-hmm. So the shave room was that child that, what I birthed from that. So Prestige was like the proving grounds for the shave room. So it's trademarked. It's to the point where it can be scalable. We can go to different cities and do the same thing. That's what I'm looking to do.
Are you trying to franchise it out?
Franchise or chain, but developing a brand barbershop in our community. Is when it comes to scalability, it's rare that we can have the same brand in different locations working simultaneously. Mm-hmm. It's rare. Now you will see sport clips, great clips, all these different clips and cutteries.
Correct.
Yeah, so you will see them, and I challenge that. I'm like, well, why can't we develop something by barbers for barbers? So that's how I entered it, and it hasn't been easy.
Right.
It hasn't been easy, brother. Hasn't been easy, but we've been able to persevere. We've been able to build something that's scalable, that's tangible, that people can see. That's when you see the shave room, that's sweat equity. My wife and I, we put the paint on the walls in there. We did the vinyl. Yeah, all of that,
How
brother.
long y'all been down there?
I in the Twin Tower Plaza for about almost 5 years.
Are you serious?
Yep, we were across from Sam's. She has the coffee place down there,
Yeah.
but I had that space right there for about, it'll be 5 years in June. Recently, we moved to the front across from the city hall,
Okay.
and we've been there about 5 months now.
Right. You get a lot of lawyers pop in and get their haircut.
And lawyers, judges, you name it, professional people, they visit, they come in of all races. My motto is, if you grow it, I cut it. I don't believe in white hair, black hair. If you grow it, I can cut it. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Do you get people, what I would say, I guess from the hood, that come in and get their haircut?
They do. And it's funny, man, a lot of people that may come from the hood, they know it's not that crazy stuff going on, so they can come to the hood, they can come to the shop and just breathe, and they can talk to me.
Right.
Yeah, I have great rapport with people from all over.
Yeah.
People from all over. Yep.
Because and I don't want to get this wrong, you're a minister or a pastor?
I am a minister. Okay. So a servant. I'm a believer. I pattern myself. I follow the teachings of Christ. That's what I do. Yep.
Wow, that's what's up. Like that's amazing, because I know like sometimes you have people who are going through tough times, and not only are you a barber, but you can also teach them a little bit about the word and kind of get them on the right path.
Yeah, and it's even with our school name is Mr. Glass Tonsorial Christian Institute, and we could have gone just Mr. Glass Institute. We could have gone that route, but when we start talking about an institute, we're talking about something that will withstand the test of time. I'm trying to build something that'll be here as long as OSF, that'll be in the community for generations, and to have a Christian, an institute that shines the light, glorifies, Christ. Man, to me, that's something that I'm honored to do.
That's what's up. Yeah. And Brian said, "Bless up, brothers." It was actually Brian's birthday, so I want to say happy birthday to you, Brian.
DJ 3W, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah. So, so that's what's up. Like, you downtown, like, I don't know, I'm sure you do know the history of black barbers being downtown. You had Skippy, and they was downtown for a minute cutting people hair. You know what I'm saying? So that's a large history to try to follow up with. But it sounds like you're doing your thing down there. You know what I'm saying? I've seen pictures, and the pictures look really nice. Like, that's almost like breathtaking to go down there and sit in a nice spot like that and get your haircut.
Thank you, brother.
Downtown is booming. I think once it gets, like, especially with this summertime, like, there's gonna be a lot of people downtown. So I think that's gonna be amazing for you.
Yeah. And they're trying, things are shifting back, to downtown, just like how they're a couple of the streets, they're turning from one way to where they're going, where they handle traffic both ways. So they're trying to get that traffic back going downtown. So we're in the midst of change down there for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So tell me some of the struggles that you have as far as being a business owner in Peoria. Like, what are some things that you go through?
A business owner in Peoria, some of the challenges. Number one, I would say, whenever you're pioneering, you're doing something that doesn't exist. As a black owned business, the margin for error is slim. We don't have the financial safety plans that other communities have. So the learning curve, I found, is something else, man. But it's not impossible, but it's definitely challenges to learn how to run a business, how to set up a business.
Yeah.
It's so many different parts to it. beyond just turning on the light and cutting hair. It's so many parts when you want to do it the right way, the legit way.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Now, as far as like social media, has that made like a little bit easier for you to advertise and get the word out there? Because I see you be blowing up with some of these numbers.
Definitely. Really, that's when you look at social media, they used to say location, 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 right?
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, now it's social media, social media, social media. You got to have your your branding and presentation amongst the different platforms have to be consistent, has to be professional, and that's what's appealing. You may have a barbershop in the boonies somewhere, but if your social media is good, you can make it. You can make it.
Wow.
You can make
it. That definitely says a lot. Definitely says a lot. So, I've been following you.
All right.
And you was on the radio recently. So I'm about to pick your brain about that.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with some of the stuff you was like.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I'm here for it.
But no, I mean, you know, I get it. You know, I get it. You know, as far as being like a Republican or kind of like favorite. I don't know if you're a Republican, but you know, so I kind of lean in that way. Because there's some things that I do agree with. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like some of the things that especially they doing now, it's like I just can't get with it. Like I hear what y'all saying, but some of the things y'all delivering, you know, I just can't get with it. So what type of things appeal to you about, you know, being a Republican? Do you think that other Black people need to kind of look that way as well?
You know, when because I ran for county board, right? And the path of least resistance, of course, would have been to go the Democratic route, right?
Right.
But I'm a history buff, so I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading, a lot of research. And what blew me away about the inception of the Republican Party was that in its inception, it was to prevent the growth of slavery.
Right.
So in its inception, that's what it was designed to do. It was to help Black people, to keep Black people from being in bondage. So that was a factor. So as I approached the political arena, I was like, man, if everybody it's just a goat, like guaranteed, if you Democrat, you're going to get the vote.
Right. I get that. But you ain't got to do nothing.
You said it right. Now you don't even have to do nothing. You don't even got to follow through with your promises. You can say, you know what, vote for me. You know I'm a Democrat, but you still got these lights. You know, you still got street light problems, still got pothole problems, still got school problems, education problems. So the thing is what I did. All I wanted to do is show that there is another possibility. And what if we leveraged that? What if we said, you know what?
That makes sense now. That's what you said, right?
And see, I'm so happy, brother, to be sitting down with you, because everybody was like, man, Mr. Glass, a Republican, I ain't fooling with him. Yeah. But they didn't ask me why.
Right.
And I was simply, man, imagine if a group of us challenged and said, you know, it's a possibility I may switch parties.
Right.
Oh, they gonna toe the line then.
Yeah.
I guarantee you education for our children ain't an issue. I guarantee you.
Right.
Come on, man. I can guarantee you certain parts of the community wouldn't look that way if we were able to just leverage and say, you know what, maybe I'll go with another party. So I was kind of like the test dummy of sorts to be crazy enough to do it. And I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
Right.
You know, I don't regret. And even if you look at the different social aspect of between the two, you know, there are people that are Democrats, that are Christians, and they don't agree totally with the Democratic platform. So as a Republican, there are certain things I don't get with either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if we could at least come to the table and examine the differences, I think we can really get some things accomplished in this city and abroad.
Yeah, because I know I listen to WBD and I'll be sitting like, wait a minute, hold on. I'll be like ready to snap. I ain't even gonna lie.
I hear you.
I'll be listening to my car like, hold on, I'm ready to snap. You know what I'm saying? But I get your point. Like, we got to make them work for our vote.
Man, yes.
We got to make them work for our vote, because if we just okay, we're going to be Democrat, we're going to vote Democrat straight down the line, no matter what happens.
Yep.
You know, we not going to get results we need. And I see, like, with somebody like you in business, like a lot of us need to be in business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And what party like promotes that more than like Republicans? Because I see like they really about getting that money.
Yes.
There's nothing else. They about getting that money. And then like when Trump got into office and things like that, one of his big things was, I think it kind of went over our heads a little bit, was like start a business.
Yes.
Get your business going. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing that I really was like, okay, yeah, they really about, you know, helping us get to that next level, so to speak, as far as business and prospering in this world.
Yep. And really, when you look at let's just look at the business aspect of the Republican Party, it's really I would say for upward mobility in our community, that's the fastest way out of poverty is entrepreneurship. And when I lived in the South.
You dropping some knowledge right about now. Hold on. Let me get my pen and paper.
I lived that again. When it comes down to the Republican, just looking at business, it's the fastest way up and out of poverty. It's the cycle breaker for sure. Education is fine, but entrepreneurship is a game changer, because when you equip a man or a woman to build their own business, you can pretty much say, okay, you're good. But if I give you a job, if I give you everything and I just kind of keep you attached and everything is dependent upon me, then who has the control? I'm really not independent. I'm really just waiting on you or the powers that be to keep my lights on.
Right.
So it's empowering. It is an empowering thing to be an entrepreneur. And I believe for instance, what I've experienced as an entrepreneur here in Peoria, in a lot of ways, it's not the end thing. It's deterred per se. Even dealing with the state with our license, you know, it was we didn't have the help that we needed, that you think that a school would have to open our school and keep it going. So I'm pro entrepreneurship. It changes everything. It changed my life.
So why do you think some people are so skeptic about going into business for themselves? Like, what's the hold up?
I would say education. And I'm an advocate of people getting their degrees. I understand that. But if you can educate a person to run their own business, you're equipping them to be independent. And that's scary for some people. So I believe that if we could teach people about the difference between LLCs, corporation, sole proprietorship, the level of liability at play, then it can really change things. So if we're not being told, you can't just go out and rent a building and say it's a business. If we're not being educated about the tax benefits of a limited liability company, or having a corporation and having it set up, if we don't have that, if someone's not teaching that, then we're just doing the same thing. We're believing in let me go get this degree, let me get this debt, and let me go work this job and
that's
still have
nobody is teaching.
Yeah. And that's where what we're trying to do, we're not waiting on no organization in this city to say, take us by the hand. We waited and nobody did it.
Right.
Nobody did it. So when it comes, we've helped a number of people start LLCs, understand how you report to the state, to empower them to walk in their passion, something that they want to do, and then be able to build something for their family.
Because I know I see the TikTok videos, a little 30, but they're like 30-second clips. You be like, get your LLC, do this, do that. And by the end of that 30 seconds, they be a minute. You be like, oh shit. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to do that. And you don't know how to get from A to B. You just see that little clip. So like, there's nobody like teaching that how to get, things going. And then, because that's they said like 99% of it is just to get it going. Yes.
And look at it like this. And as a minister, right? I believe, and this is just from how I lead. I believe, what if our ministries, or whatever the ministry, if whatever you're into, what if they had workshops teaching people about starting businesses? Yes. Business workshops, business mentorship. And I'm pretty sure it's some out there, but really it's like tribalism now. We want to make sure this little group got all the jewels while everybody over here suffers. So It's not just common knowledge where you can take somebody off the street with a dream and say, look, let me put you on how to do it the right way. Yep. That really is what it's all about, like doing it the right way. Yes. So you stay in business and be in business longevity. Now, watch one of your clips. That's one of the things you're talking about is your prestige level, how you're looking to stay in business longevity. Tell us a little bit about that. I don't know if you know exactly how you got that, but that was dope. Yeah. Thank you, brother. It's when we have it's like we think now, it's rare that we can come to the table with a legacy mindset. A legacy mindset is saying, what are my children going to eat? How are they going to eat? Am I going to be able to pass something down to my babies other than debt, other than a GoFundMe, other than a liability? What asset can I hand to my children? When I graduated high school, my parents, they were just like, man, good luck. And basically, good luck. 18 yet? And I'm talking about at 18, it's like it's a countdown. Yeah. But when when you look at our counterparts, they'll keep their children at home. For as long as they need. Man, as long as what they're doing, they allow them to stay there, allow them to have a good start, allow them to accumulate wealth, get their credit up. So they're educating them financially before they push them out of the nest. So legacy is to be able to hand the next generation something where they'll be able to eat without what we went through. So that's when I'm thinking of business. I'm older now. I'm looking at how we can bring the community and see something that can be physically put in their hand and say, look, this is how I did it. This is how you can run it. That's important. That's essential. Yeah. I wonder where that came from, like 18, and then it's like, y'all gotta go, like, peace. Y'all can't be around here no more. Where did that come from? Because I know, like, even like Mexican families, like they gonna have a house together, and they gonna, they gonna have a village in their house. Yes. It's so hard. They share resources. Yeah. They share resources, same car, everything. But yep. So you may know about this. Talk about like how the dollar stays in certain communities for a longevity time to where our dollar just leaves like almost immediately. Like somebody get their taxes, like they're not gonna go and shop with black business. They're gonna shop with everybody else.
And then when they get down to their last, like, let me see what Johnnie got for sale.
I hear you. I hear you. It was I've done some research, man, in like Black economics, right? Mm-hmm. And when it comes down to our earning power, the money that we develop, the money that we have as a people, it's man, millions, and I may be with a B, probably billions, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes down to retaining that wealth, we just don't. We don't have the infrastructure, the small business owners, to retain that. Other communities, like you mentioned, they have Chinatown, they have restaurants, they have laundromats, they have car lots, they have loan where they can keep that money cycling. So what prevents that is education. We have to unconventional education, to the point like we're having this conversation. These conversations aren't being had, when you get a degree. Right. Because when we get a degree, we think it's more earning power and that's it. We stop there. Oh, I'm about to make more money. And that's where we stop as far as being community minded. So there's a level of education where we have to be able to see the value, number one, in our earning power. Number two, retaining those funds. How is that? Small business ownership, developing infrastructure and institutes within our own community. What if we had our own credit union? What if we had our own gas stations? Right. What if we had, come on now, but the only things right now that's prevalent in our community, barbershops, we may have a couple of rib joints, but it's when it comes down to like really developing something to really an institution, it's not there. So we have, I believe we really have to, for instance, a grocery store. Yeah. Shout out to Chuck Brown, who's finally getting the ball rolling on that. But how long is it going to be for us to wait for us to feed our own people?
Exactly.
How long, man? So I believe there's an education facet and a value to understand why that dollar should keep staying there longer and the power of that.
Because I think we thought for a long time, like as long as we got Kroger's and things like that, we ain't got to worry about that. But then Kroger's, they showed out like 5 years ago. They're like, look, both Kroger's from both goods, we're taking them away. Yep. And that shocked us to the core. It shocked us to the core. Like now we have what I used to call like the food desert, you know what I'm saying, in our neighborhood. You can't go get fresh food, or, you got to go get processed food, more and more processed food, which is eventually it maybe not now. Well, I would say it's doing it now because people getting sick at a high rate, but down the road, we're gonna notice people getting sick, not being healthy because we're not feeding them the right type of foods. We don't have the right type of foods available to us, apples and oranges and bananas and things like that. We don't have those right now, right there in our neighborhood, and that's gonna hurt us.
And really, let's look at like the food desert. I believe when you look at the population where there's a food desert, those people are worth more sick than healthy.
Right. Ooh. Right, because and that's one thing I said. Like, if you go down Knoxville, Knoxville is almost it's life almost, because you got one side, you got all fast food joints. On the very next side, you got all hospitals. Yep. So come on, half of your life going down one.
Come on, that's right.
Half you're gonna be spending like inside of the other. So it's like they getting their money.
Yes,
they waiting right there for you. Like, oh yeah,
that's right. So based on our bad eating habits, Big Pharma is sitting there rubbing their hands like, yeah, here come that diabetes, that high blood pressure, hypertension. Yeah, keep on. They like Popeye's like, yo, see that, it's a game, man. And we just have to be more hip to it, to the point where we are able to change and break that cycle. If we can't break that cycle, man, it's gonna be from fried goods to OSF to the pharmacy on a regular
exactly
basis.
What it is.
Yeah, yep.
I remember one night, and this is off the cuff, but I remember one night I went and got 5 for $5 from Taco Bell. You know, like a $5 meal, whatever. I don't get that stuff now. I try not to.
I hear you.
But I read on the box, and the box said extremely high amount of sodium. Like, it's basically telling you, like, it's a dangerous amount of sodium for you to get this 5 for $5. I was like, wow, like that woke me up. And just so happened that I turned the box and I seen it. It's like, I don't think I've ordered one of those since then, because like eating all those items, like, you gonna really do damage to your body.
Yes, and do damage to the body, and who benefits from a sick person? You know, who, because now that sick person is going to need health care, is going to need some medicine. So it's a game, man, and we have to say enough is enough. We're not going to be pimped by this system to be able to, you know, big pharma to continue to benefit off of us. Just eat right, drink water, eat plants, you know, eat some apples. Yeah. And we can stay away from those out of that cycle. Now
that you say that, because I've been kind of eyeing since it was topic, I've been kind of eyeing what do you call that? No meat, the plant. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
Well, we
the no meat products is meat, but it's not meat.
I wouldn't. My wife and I, Shay, man, we're big on research, right? And when you really look at how the no meat products are made, even they're made with some kind of processing to it. So
it has to be.
It has to be. So our thing, we just make sure that it's organic as can be. We try to stay away from anything that's processed, anything that's fried. We try not to. It's hard. It's hard.
Spending all your money.
It's hard, man. It's hard, but it's not impossible. It's hard, but it's not impossible. We may go and make a bowl of chili with goat meat or something like that, lamb meat or something like that. So these are meals that we can make that are good for you without breaking the bank. So it's ways to do it. But now it's so convenient to go get a Big Mac. It's so convenient to go get fries.
Man, they lines be full. Cause I take pictures at night and I go by, they lines be full. It makes me, but it's a deterrent for me. I'd be like, nah, I wouldn't wait.
And then at night, at night it's hard to eat healthy. You know, nobody want to run to the house and, you know, fire up the stove and heat up some leftovers. We want something right then and there.
And that's one thing I've been learning how to do, because I'll be starving, but I will pass all of those places up to go to the house and put something in the air fryer. Yes. But I'm learning now that I have to do that, because it's just something you have to do. Like, I have 2 examples. Like, we have 2 employees that work with us, 2 Black employees. One was around my age, looked healthy and stuff like that. Just had a heart attack.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He survived it and he's doing okay now. But like with the stuff you were saying, the doctor told him to eat organic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Take all of that stuff out of you can't eat the processed bologna, none of that. You can't eat out. And you know, he was eating, and I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to get him back. But before he had a heart attack, he just got finished eating one of the popular Black food chains.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Restaurants, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all have got to be careful. And now we're starting to have like there's starting to be barbecues out here. People having money. Brian said, "Thank God for air fryers." That's what I'm saying, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it cooks your meals fast, but it takes all of the grease that you have to cook stuff with. But then here's another example. We had another guy, and people think age is, I ain't gonna worry about it now. I'm young, whatever like that. We had another employee, Black employee, 35 years old, had a heart attack and died.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? High up level. You know what I'm saying? So I know he was getting money. And when we get money as Black folks, what do we like to do? Eat.
Eat good. Eat good. Wow. Yeah, eat good.
I had a whole time, right? I won't wake up in the morning and not think I'm gonna eat something good today.
Eat good. Eat good. Drink good. we make
That
it
is
count.
so funny. We look at food as like like it's a reward or something like that. I worked hard all week. I've been working hard. I'm gonna eat good today, and we gotta just chill.
Yeah. And you know, I found myself like, and I'm 45 now, and for a second, I found myself struggling with, you know, with you know, I work hard and I want to reward myself, so I found myself like slipping into drinking like liquors, like choice liquors and stuff like that. So man, I started paying attention to how it was affecting my body. You know, people were saying, man, moderation. And I'm like, okay, but it was affecting my body, my spirit differently. And so man, I just got to the point, I'm like, man, Lord, look, take this taste out of my mouth. And I haven't tasted any liquor, man, over a year now. Wow. So even with the choice of food, it's even the choice of, you know, how we get out, you know, man, even with what we're drinking, you know, the different liquors and stuff that we're putting in our body on a regular, it's affecting our how our body breaks down sugars. It's affecting our temperament. It's affecting our reproductive organs, our reproductive system. So, man, me personally, I had to like overcome alcoholism straight up. Like I had to overcome that. I had to overcome like not indulging just so I can be able to sit here and have the sound mind that I have now. So I'm encouraging people, like, even when we make it, where to have a little success, man, first thing we want to do is go get that Douce.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, real.
Yeah, that's straight crazy. Up.
It's a blessing to even be talking to you, because that's my journey right now.
Yeah.
I want to stop drinking.
I hear you.
And it's hard to do. It's hard. I stopped smoking because I had to. But I need to stop drinking too, and it's hard to do. You know, even just like a couple of sips here and there, and you know what I'm saying? But that's perfect how you just said that and put that in perspective. Like, let me ask you this, like, and since we're on this topic, like, what are some things you think a person should do to stop drinking? Like I heard you say pray about it and things like that. What's steps?
It's a fight, because in my family, I come from a line of alcoholics.
We all do. Females drink more than guys now.
Straight up. Where that was, you know, that was the norm. So first I had to understand my blood, you know, what was in my family, identify family traits. And secondly, start fighting, start resisting. When I started resisting, I may have stumbled early on at first, but then when I started saying, okay, no, I'm not going to bring it into the house, period. I started setting like little milestones, and before you knew it, man, I ain't even didn't even think about it no more. So it's incrementally, every single day it's a small victory. Even now, man, it's days when I'm like, man, boy, I show like that brown right now. Because I used to drink that good yak, man. But I think if I was to slip, that means I'm starting my path of sobriety all the way over again. So what I'll do, brother, I'm gonna bless you. Let me know your shirt size. I'm gonna give you a sweatshirt. I made a sweatshirt called Sober Kings, right? And it celebrates overcoming and sobriety, living a sober life and fighting, man. So remind me, I'm gonna send you one of those shirts, brother. I'm gonna send you one of those shirts.
Remind you, not swearing. But yeah, we need to, man. Y'all need to have this. After this, I have to come back on, because I want to do a series as far as just breaking the chain, is getting rid of that smoking and drinking and things like that. Because one thing that I said, as far as like, especially with like this weed is almost like you know, we had the crack epidemic, we passed that, but this weed is looking more and more like it's taking us back.
Man, brother, it's And I'm gonna drop this nugget on you, man. My wife and I, we're doing some research, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of estrogen that marijuana produces in its smoke in the ones who consume it is crazy. So as we're partaking in marijuana, we're understanding how estrogen affects masculinity, how it affects a man if he's partaking in it, consistently. So this thing is affecting us genetically.
Yeah.
The weed that they're smoking today is not what they used to smoking from the ditches. This stuff is in the laboratory.
Yeah.
It's been modified, different strands and stuff like that. So it's a whole new ball game now, a whole new ball game, brother. And it's something that I think we just have to be well educated on.
They flipped it on us. And I was thinking about this the other day. They flipped it on us because you go back in the days and we was the ones selling the marijuana, the weed. No, and it was like, no, you can't do that. We was the ones having the car washes.
Yeah.
And they basically, no, you can't do that, and realize it was money, and then turn around and flip it. And now you have a car wash on every corner, a weed store on every. There's weed stores popping up out of nowhere.
This is the question. Like when I see dispensaries, now we understand the impact that the war on drugs had, right, on our community. How many people in our community that was affected by the war on drugs, how many of us have equity in these dispensaries?
Nothing.
None. And they tell us, all right, this money is earmarked to come back to our community. But what about my daddy, my uncle, that's riding for 10 years because he got caught with 10 pounds and now the dispensary is selling it, breaking it down, selling it 30, 50% higher than what you come on, man. So the whole game, man, when it come down to how marijuana has been, the legislative changes to where it doesn't benefit our community again. So we got it, man. We just have to be, it's bigger than just riding around smoking, and it's bigger than that. Go ahead, bro.
Things that they did is when they got enough money, they went back to the legislate to the lawmakers, and they like, we need to shut down more people selling on the streets. So
that's real.
They like gangsters now. They putting their money, you know what I'm saying, to lawmakers. Like, look, we need to shut the local drug dealers down, because why would you want competition?
That's real. And there, it's illegal for sure. For sure, it's illegal. But then how is it that they're creating an industry, and the whole industry is being created while we suffer again? Now, what if they had a program that says, okay, anybody that caught a dope charge, they get equity in the dispensary. They get equity in, what's the name of the dispensaries here in town?
They got cookies. There's so many.
And nobody, if you got a felony, you cannot work there. Make that make sense.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Make that make sense.
Wow.
Make that make sense, brother.
You know more about it than the average person.
Straight up.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep.
See, man, you just blew my mind with that one.
Yep.
But yeah, no doubt. I think we might have got off into something else, but we had to go there. Definitely, we had to go there. It was good. It was good. We had to go there.
Yes, sir.
But to bring it back into perspective, what are your future plans for the Shave Room and the college? What's some of your future plans in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years for the Shave Room and the Institute, it's to we're creating a scalable model, right? And in this model, we're able to give, for one, it prevents recidivism. Brothers that has done like 20 years, 30 years, they're able to find a profession that they can have dignity with. They can say, man, I'm a barber. I work here at the Shave Room. So it's to create not only something that's scalable, but something that can give the community a sense of pride and dignity. Brothers or people that have been locked up, people that have issues, they can come through our institute and move into entrepreneurship. That's the 5-year dream, to be able to have these hubs that are creating upward mobility in different locations. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yep.
I love that vision. I
Yes,
love
sir.
that vision, because we need to have more entrepreneurial
Yes.
minds out there.
Mhm.
And you're definitely doing that. So I appreciate what you're doing, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all, if y'all watching this, make sure y'all go down there and show them some love. Check out some of the things. Oh yeah, let's because we got beards. We all try to get our beards and stuff. Tell us a little bit about some of your services that you offer down there. I know you said a little bit in the beginning, but it was just like a breeze through. Tell us about some of your services down there, so we can patronize your business.
We do traditional barber services. So when it comes down to razor shaves, we're gonna put the hot lather on your face with the steam towel, with the steamer, softening the hair. Brother Robert, that's one of the barbers I used to work with. But we give that traditional experience, man. Jazz playing, just a really good barber experience. That's what we're selling. You can make an appointment on the Cutout. We have a website, shaverooms.com. We're on, if you Google barbershops in Peoria, Shave Room is going to populate. And then we have the school as well, that's actually creating a cycle where people can come in, be educated, and then placed at the Shave Room to serve the community.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you have hours. I'm sure you have hours on your website and things like that, but you guys are appointment only. You can't just walk in. And
we have capacity for walk-ins as well. We have capacity for walk-ins 9 to 5, typically Monday through. We're even open on Mondays. And Saturday we're open as well. So try us out. Yep.
Yeah, I like that, because I know barbershops are closed on Monday traditionally, but it's good to be able to go somewhere on Monday and get your haircut and things like that.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what's up, man. Is there anything else you'd like to say? We definitely got to come back and do more more time. I got to have you on again, because it's definitely interesting talking to you. But is there anything else you would like to say before we get up out of here?
Man, I appreciate the work that you're doing, brother. Be encouraged. Sometimes it may plowing a field. When you're plowing a field, it's lonely at the plow. It's lonely at the plow, but a lot of people are there during the harvest. So continue to plow, brother. Continue to plant. Continue to hold your row, because in due season, brother, you're going to reap. So continue to do this. Continue to sow, even when it doesn't look like it's prospering, even when the numbers are discouraging. Keep going, brother. Yep. Keep going, brother Johnny.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you, man.
Salute you, brother.
No doubt. Well, thank you for coming in. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We got a mutual friend that I want to shout out. Kyle.
Man, Mr. Green, Kung Fu Green, Karate Green. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. My guy. Solid
dude.
He
I guess you was his first website or something, like he helped you create the first website.
Yeah, he was in school, and man, we were in the mall at the time, and I said, brother, whatever you want to do. He interviewed us. He used our shop as a model for his class to get his training for website development. So
yeah,
Kyle is solid people, man. Him and his family. His dad, he just lost his dad.
Yeah.
Just a solid, his dad, they used to come up to the shop as a family all the time, man. So just a solid guy.
That's what's up. And then shout out to Robert, said Kyle's a guy. Shout out to Brian for keeping them comments coming. 3 Dub, Brian, I got you mixed up with the other Brian. I just said Brian. So I'm trying to do multitask behind the scenes as well, and then keep focusing on the conversation. So I'm doing a lot of things. But man, you enlightened me on so many things. Like you like blew my mind. It's rare that you have a conversation with somebody and they blowing your mind. So I'm getting a lot of TikTok little clips out of this.
I got you, brother. I got you, brother. Anytime, brother. Anytime,
so,
man.
Here. So with that being said, make sure that y'all liking it on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're on X, make sure you're commenting and just go back and watch it, y'all. This was some very good stuff here. And shout out to Mr. Glass. Got the shade room downtown in the Twin Towers. That's a major move right there. So go check them out, y'all, and get that upper class shade.
Yes,
so,
sir.
That being said, thank you, Yolanda. She said great job. And we're going to get out of here. It's been about an hour. So thank you. And we'll talk to y'all later.
Thank y'all, man. Bless you, brother.
Thank you. All right, y'all. That's what's up. We have Mr. Glass in the building. And he dropped that knowledge on us. Make sure y'all sharing. Make sure y'all supporting, because this is how we get out here and get the word out here, just get bigger. And as I get bigger, I'm going to help promote different things and different business. Somebody asked me before, they said, well, why don't you support Black business? This is one way that I can support Black businesses is by doing my podcast. So it was definitely a God-given thing for me to just sit down and just focus on putting a good podcast together that looks good, sounds good, and all of that. Shout out to Kyle. We got some more guests coming, some major guests coming. We've already had a movie star on my podcast. So, it's just up from here. So make sure y'all keep supporting. Make sure y'all liking it. Make sure y'all sharing it. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, make sure you're watching or sharing it with other people, things like that. So, let me get your comment up here too. Yolanda, thank you. Appreciate you. A lot of good words. Mr. Glass came through and dropped knowledge. Like, good shots to him, shout out to him, and all of that. So we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for everybody for tapping in. Make sure y'all send emojis even after it's over. You can still send emojis. So that's what makes it grow. It makes it get bigger. So keep doing y'all thing, all right? We can get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny.